Yo, what up everybody? Today I have this pile of LED lights. These are made to plug into an electrical outlet. However, I'm going to cut this off, cut these up, and we're going to make them work with a battery, and then we're going to make them work with a power adapter. So, if you're curious, stay tuned. I'll show you how to do this. Well, first of all, we want to get rid of this plug. We don't want anybody plugging it in once it starts getting cut up, because that would be very dangerous. And then we're just going to start unwinding this. Take a little circuit breaker out. We don't need that anymore. And so as you start unwinding it, you can get some wire, and you're going to get some light bulbs. And we want the freedom to do whatever we want with these light bulbs, so we're going to cut them up individually so that we can tie them together in whatever way we want to tie them together. So I cut it here, and then these have wire strippers as well, where you put the wire in and just pull it like that. I won't tell you which one to use. I use 16 AWG just because that's what works with these particular wires. Alright, so there I have an individual LED light. Right, it has two ends, one here, one right there. So I'm going to cut several more of those, and also I'm going to cut some wire so I can, and you can cut however big or small pieces of wire you want to connect the lights. It depends on what you're trying to do with them. So the wire, I just take a piece like that, strip both sides. And the way that you put these together, you just take the copper wiring that's showing, make like an X, and twist the X together several times. The tighter you twist it, the better it'll stay. Alright. Now, there's some things that you should know about LED lights that we don't have to deal with other types of lights. So first of all, an LCD light has a negative side and a positive side, and it will only light up if those are oriented the right way. Alright, so if it's not lighting up, sometimes you just need to flip the light bulb over and put the wires on the different terminals. But when you're stringing several of these together, you need to put the positive side attached to the negative side. Right? If you do it the other way, then it will not light up. Another thing about LCD lights is that they have a certain voltage at which they operate. So here I've hooked up our LED light to a variable power source, and you can see we're at about 1 volts, and as I slowly turn it up, we're going to see if this turns on. This black cord is the negative side, and this is the positive side. And this is supposed to come on at 2 volts, and so when you don't see it come on, it's probably backwards. So let's go back down to a lower voltage, and let's just flip this. All right, we're going to start off at about 1 volt again and just slowly go up. You can see the light is starting to come on about 1.8 volts. And about 2, it's getting brighter. It's reaching about its peak brightness here, about 2.3, 2.5, 2.6, 2.8, 2.9, 3.1, 3.2, and now it's getting a little bit dimmer. And you can see that as I go up higher, it burns out. All right. And so this bulb is not going to be able to be used again. So you want to make sure to go up slowly, and this should light up around 1.8 to 3 volts. And so with this one light bulb, it's meant for 2 volts. I'm going to hook it up to this 1.5 volt battery. I've tried both ways because I'm not sure which end is which. And you see it doesn't light up at all. Right, and the reason is these are 2-volt batteries. This is a 2-volt light bulb. This is a 1.5 volt battery, and honestly, you'd be lucky if you get 1.5 volts out of it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try putting 4 of these connected to a 9-volt battery, and let's see if they light up. So I'm going to cut 3 bulbs here, and I cut another piece of wire just to put on the end. Now notice that this light has this piece right here, and a lot of times LED lights will do something to show you which side is which. So this is either the positive or negative side. I'm honestly not sure, but you can't connect the positive side of this one to the positive side of this one, or the negative side to the negative side of this one. So we have to make sure that if this is negative, then this is positive, so it needs to go to this one, right? Or if this is positive and this is negative, and it needs to go to this one. So basically, the side that, I'm just going to keep the side that has this little lip here to the left whenever I'm connecting them together, to make sure I'm never connecting the same side of the light bulb, right? If you do, it will not work. So I twist these together. Notice they're all facing the same way. Then I'm just going to put a wire on the end of this one so it's easier to deal with. And you can put wires in between the batteries to make them, in between the light bulbs to make them farther apart if you want to. Alright, so I got 4 LED lights connected in series. They're all connected the same way, alright, with the positives connected to the negatives. Then I'm hoping it's going to light up, because these are 2-volt light bulbs. This is a 9-volt battery, which means each light bulb will be getting 2.25, which is close to 2. So I think it's going to light up. Here we go. It doesn't light up that way, so I'm going to turn the battery around. Maybe I had the polarity wrong. And there you go, they're lighting up. Alright, now can I do this instead of a battery, because obviously batteries are expensive? Can I just use a power adapter? Right, I have a 12-volt power adapter here. Right, but 12 volts, and I have 4 light bulbs. That's going to be 3 volts a piece. That might not work, so I'm going to cut 2 more. So what I did with the 9-volt battery is, the 9-volt battery is 9 volts. The light bulbs are 2 volts. So if I have 2 light bulbs together, it's 4, 3 is 6, 4 is 8. And so that's about as close as I can get to having the correct voltage. And it actually lit up with 4 light bulbs. With a 12-volt, 1, 2, 3, go. When you have a 12-volt power adapter, all right, we just need to figure out how many LCD lights in series would light up with a 12-volt power source. And if each of these light bulbs is designed for 2 volts, then obviously 6 of them would be for 12 volts, as the voltage is going to be shared equally among these 6 light bulbs, since they're the same type of light bulbs. Alright, there's 2 more, and I'm going to just insert these 2 into the circuit right here, so I'll break that apart. So we'll have a string of 6 of them. Let me do that real fast. And here it is. Alright, so here's 6 light bulbs, all in series. Each light bulb is designed for 2 volts each, so a 12-volt power source would be perfect. Alright, I have 2 ends right here. And I've connected them so that the positive and negative sides are connected together. And I'm just going to plug in the power source, the power adapter. All right. because the outlet has 120 volts, right? Not only would that not work if you stuck this into the outlet, but you would also electrocute yourself. So you don't want to do this. So you take a power adapter, and this power adapter will take the 120 volts down to 12 volts. All right, you read the box to see which type of power adapter you have. So now we're going to try our 6 2-volt light bulbs on a 12-volt power adapter. So one of the terminals is this outside band, one of the terminals is the inside. So I'm just going to stick this inside. And if this doesn't light up, then it's probably just the wrong way. We'll just have to flip it. And I'm going to put this wire on the outside. Let's see if this lights up. There you go. Alright, so again, one side of the wire went inside the power adapter, the other went on the surface like this. All right, this is a safe 12 volts, perfect for this series circuit right there. Alright, try this on your own, have fun with it. Remember, never stick these wires into the electrical outlet. And I'll see you all in another video.